Okay, so here we are, back at this fight, and I want to show something off real quick, before that not a lot of people I think know about. Um, as you can see, Solvaring is here. If you hug the little parapet wall surrounding the battlefield, you can actually skirt around in the entire way and pick up all of his items that you normally get after the fight. So it's kind of a useful tip to make the fight a little bit easier on yourself. So I'm gonna just show that off real quick, just because I think at most of the playthroughs I've seen, nobody ever knows this or has done it, so I don't know if it's widely known. But let's see if I can get around the other side. Because if you go like right past this little wall, he's got like a boundary that you can't go get around. And sometimes I accidentally activate it, and I don't want to, especially on this side, because that's I don't want to be backed in a particularly hard area to get away from, where there's not a lot of room to maneuver around. So let's see if I can get back. So in theory, you could honestly just like come in here, take his items, and just leave. But unfortunately, he's got the Earth Gem. So without further ado.
What's this? What business do you have in a castle of Solvaring, king of beasts? Did that fool in Dondarin order you to come after me? Idiocy. I stole the Earth Orb, and it is all mine. With it, I'll become the ruler of Ganshire. I'll show you humans what real power is.
And so unceremoniously the fight begins. Now the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to buff myself with some spirit armor. Just to see what kind of power that he's got with his, I believe it's a flame pillar, and, oh shit. Alright, so I'm not really taking much damage from his club spike. And if I can look at my little monster guide here, in my handy dandy strategy guide, I would normally cast Soul Searcher on him, but I don't have it. His stats are, he has 200 HP, 15 defense, 6 attack, and 17 agility. He can cast the fire cannon, as you saw before, the red pillar, and he's also got a quartz blast. That's his giant swing. And see, without my spirit armor, I'm taking about 12 damage, so I'm gonna keep that buff on me just for formality's sake. Now another thing is that you can actually train on him. If you die against Solvaring, he doesn't, you don't automatically get a game over. You just get sent back to, oh god, what is it? You get sent back to the inn at, Dondarin, I believe. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna whack him because, magic against him is kinda, it doesn't do that much damage. The only thing I can suggest is if you wanted to keep far away from him, you should probably go for using Wind Cutter, I think, or some variation of Wind Cutter. Oh boy. Yep. So let's get another buff on. Dodges fire cannon. And I didn't mean to do that. Thing still hits me every time. And let's get another buff. Or I don't know why I cast rock at him, because he's gonna come at me probably. Let's get some spirit armor, and I'll get another buff going in a second. Yeah, power staff. Really, there isn't too much to this fight. It's just being able to outlast him before he outlasts you. So I'm going to also use a honey bread that I picked up from his treasure chest, because I actually would have died if I didn't get that. Let's go ahead and cast spirit armor again. And I should have one more good attack on him before he kind of... Oh man, okay. Come on, Brian. I know he's a big foreboding guy, but... Oh man, am I gonna be in some trouble here? Actually, I might be. I need to hurry up and get done with this fight. Oh, sweet, there we go. And with that, we have vanquished the mighty Solvaring, King of Beasts, and gotten Earth Orb. Let's see. We'll heal. Well, actually, I don't need to heal up at all. But yeah, normally when you beat him, you can get all the little treasures, but since that's it, as you can see, the crystal ball holds the great power of the Earth Spirit. Now, the odd thing about these is that they don't actually increase your spell potency, I believe. It's just strictly a item, quest item, I should say. But let's see, in that fight, my defense went up about 2, my agility went up a couple, and I believe I got a new, yeah, I got a new spell, restriction, which it's kind of useful, but it's also kind of meh. What it does is it basically holds the enemy in place, as I might be able to demonstrate here, but I seriously doubt it because the spell has really bad hit chance. Basically what it does is just binds an enemy in place and prevents them from moving for a couple turns. And its second level is actually a little bit better because you can hit all enemies with it. So you got a better chance actually of snaring someone. But I seriously don't think this is going to work, so I'm going to just run away and keep casting it maybe. Oh, yep, there we go. So, last a couple turns, you can wail on an enemy, or actually just last a turn, I guess. So, there's not much more to it than that. I was kind of hoping I was going to get the evasion spell. That would have been actually really useful for Solvaring's Quartz Blast attack. So, I'm going to go ahead and run back to Dondarin, hopefully, if I can avoid some of these enemies, and we'll go talk to King Scotford, see what he has to say. I believe he should give us something for stopping Solvaring, so I'll see you guys in a minute. Alright, now that I've made it back to Dondarin, it didn't take me too long actually. Thankfully I had a pair of yellow wings, and I only got to about 2 or 3 other fights getting through the forest, so it's relatively painless. I'm going to stop in here real quick and get some fresh bread and eat that. Or actually get a couple of them and eat those. Let's see. I'm going to eat some fresh bread for my dinner. Get another one for the road. Now actually I think the townspeople will say different things now that Solvaring's gone. Hooray! Rob has been defeated. My daughter's ecstatic, isn't it great? And Rox here says, oh, toast to the master apprentice. He's beaten a robber. I go back to work in my clay fields. Which I'm not really sure where the actual clay fields are at, seeing as you don't ever, like, see them anywhere, and the only thing I can think of that's near it is actually the one down here with the gossiping women inside. Unless this is just a... No, I think this is like a mine. Have you seen Princess Flora? Never mind, she doesn't say anything useful. It appears the robber has gone away. I'm so relieved. There's nothing to fear anymore. Except impending doom. From the other 4 orbs that have probably... cough cough, gone missing. Maybe. Or the other 3, I should say. Let's see if anybody in here says anything different now that we beat Solvaring. Oh, that terrible robber is gone. Now maybe things will settle down. My husband can finally get on with his work. I'm so relieved. So apparently everybody's rejoicing a little bit, and all seems to be well. It's hard to get the heat right for making pottery if we don't get help from this fire spirit. Your spirit won't work properly. So, this kind of gives you a hint at something else to make a note of. Basically, these spirits work in tandem with each other. Fire complements earth, and I think wind complements water. So,
No, I guess you didn't need my help after all. I want to be just like you when I grow up.
yeah, except, you know, the part where you avoid getting a vicious paddling. So, that's pretty much it as far as the townsfolk go, I think. So, let's go to the inn very quickly and talk to this guy real quick.
Why, it's the Earthworm. You defeated the robber, didn't you? What power you have for a youngster.
Which I guess everybody just assumed that Solvaring was gonna just wipe the floor of my ass. So, let's see if Shannon says anything else.
That's not an ordinary gem you have. Don't let anything happen to it. I have a feeling you are the one capable of releasing its power.
So, that's kind of dark and mysterious. Kind of the norm for Shannon. And this dude, Steve, says,
With the road through the forest open now, oh, I can go home whenever I want. I'll just linger here a while before I leave, though.
which by linger he means stay the rest of the game. Which, some can say it's a fate worse than death. So, it's nighttime now, and Rufus says,
Oh, the robber seems to have gone away. I wonder who conquered him. Even attacked by soldiers couldn't do the job. Must be some fantastic warrior.
this big-nosed, steely-eyed guy. So, pretty much, I think the only people I'm really going to talk to in here is just, the princess after I talk to her father. And you don't say anything different, do you? Okay. Talk to His Majesty real quick, and Felsen. Wipe that smirk off this chode's face.
Your victory was most unexpected. I never thought the magic of an apprentice could succeed where a knight's sword could not. You have succeeded where my bravest knights have failed. It's just as the Grand Abbot foretold. I hereby bequeath you the Earth Orb. It will help you in the search for your father and the Eltale Book. Listen carefully. A hidden door behind the throne is open. You may take from it any treasures you need. Your courage must be rewarded.
And another thing is that he doesn't say the he doesn't say this, but you can also take there's a spirit in here too. I didn't forget about that. You can also take from him, I believe, the treasures in his personal bedroom, which it's like a bunch of dewdrops and some other nonsense. I'll probably take them just to get them, because you never know when I'm going to need it. So, we got a hero's drink, a healing potion, and replica. Hero's drink is really good. It's second only to the dragon's potion, which does full MP recovery. Replica is just like a... it's like a Poké Doll. You just kind of throw it out there and everything like, ooh, dummy. And healing potion is the best MP recovery thing in here, I think. Secret potion does 150 HP, which we have, we're 60 shy of, so... And let's go over to his bedroom real quick and take from him, I believe some of these are like mint leaves and dewdrops. Or maybe a fresh bread, that would be actually pretty good. Let me see, we got a drop of dew, some fresh bread, and we got another fresh bread. Alright, so we're pretty packed for the journey south towards... oh gosh, what is it? Loch Hildry. Now, let's just go talk to his daughter real quick, and then we'll wrap things up in Dondarin and be on our way. So... with that being said, I believe her quarters are up here. Now, you don't have to talk to these people at all, I believe. It's more so just because they'll tell you bits and pieces of the story, and the only person you really have to talk to is the king if you want the stuff inside of his throne room, secret area. So... but the princess and everyone else I've talked to, you don't have to. I really didn't think you could do it, but now you have undying gratitude. Are you sure you're just a magician's apprentice? Your powers must be beyond compare. So everyone else is putting Brian down and kind of cementing the notion that I had earlier of that everybody just kind of expected him to die, I guess. So let's just go ahead and get out of here. I will come back later on in the game to this place because there is one more thing that we can't get yet. But I need the or not the earth gem, the wind gem, or wind orb, or whatever it is, to get access to it. Because I believe that when you have the wind gem, you can walk down here and there's 2 doors down here. One has a spirit inside of it, or 2 spirits, and the other one like crashes your game and you can't exit out of it, which I'm not really sure why the developers felt the need to put that in there, but there it is. So, alright, now I'm going to actually cut, let's see if I got a pair of wings. I'm actually going to cut back to the forest on the other side where we're supposed to go, so you don't have to watch me run all the way back there. So I will grab these yellow wings and be on my way. Aha, I knew I forgot something. Seems I forgot a spirit. When you get inside Connor Forest and you head to the right from the beginning, behind the, I'll say, 2nd or 3rd tree, there's another spirit here that I kind of forgot about, so I'm going to raise wind. So that's kind of important to know. And it seems that if I can scoot past these guys really quick, we will be on our way. Oh, okay, there we go. Alright, now that we can get out of here, we shall continue on. And let's check our map really quick when I get to an open area. Now we are in the Dondurn Flats. As you can see, to the south of us, it's a pretty empty, sparse region. The only thing of note is Glencoe Forest and the little ship that's going to take us to across the Loch Kildery. And I believe down there is also the inn, so that's where we're going to make our way to. And the first enemy we come across are giant bats, also known as death huggers, I believe. If I am remembering this right, and my game does not crash because it's going so slow. Oh my god. Oh boy, I need to get these guys off the screen. There's too many of them. Alright. Even without the buffs, I think... No, okay, I can't one-shot these guys yet. So, let's just do this. God, Brian. Killing me, man. These guys, what they can do is they have like an ice pick ability. I think it's called like Ice Dagger or something, and what it does is it can freeze you in place for like 2 or 3 turns, which is really annoying because if they're not at the right angle for you to smack them with your magic, then you're pretty much just helpless here. And the only thing you're going to get is a wailing on. But unfortunately for me, I'm hoping that this is going to wear off in a turn or so. Okay, there it goes. And now we do the killing blow. So right after you get out of the forest and get jumped by a bunch of enemies again. Okay, I don't have time for this. Get out of the forest, hang it left, and you'll find a spirit here, which I'm going to continue raising wind. And we have a new spell, it's evasion level 1. So let me heal up a little bit. Aside from the little mad dolls, the brown guys, which are like nastier versions of the Marion Nasties, and the Death Huggers, there's really nothing else here except for later on. It's about where you start getting at the to Glencoe, I believe, where you start finding different enemies like a giant worm thing and some frogs and other type of nonsense. So, If I can kill these guys really quick, we can move on. I believe these guys are Earth-based, so wind magic is going to be your good friend against them. But my wind magic kind of leaves a little bit to be desired, so I'm just going to do it the old-fashioned way and give them a what for with my staff. Oh, mate, look at all interpretive dancing. It's so magical. Now, I'm not sure if Solvaring actually created these guys, or they're just random monsters lurking on the bypass roads, but it would kind of make sense that he did create some kind of earthen clay beast or something. Or at least that's what I've heard other people saying, that he was the one that created some of these monsters around here, but I guess that wouldn't really make sense, because if he died, then the magic after he lost his gem, and if you see that little spirit up there, we'll come back for that in a little while. After he lost his gem, it wouldn't make sense that they would still be around, considering he's dead and all. And man, this frame rate's bad. Oh my god. As long as these guys don't freeze me, I'll be alright. If I can get out of here, because they really don't, I really don't like fighting these guys, because they take too much time, and they always come in like clumps of 5. Which is really annoying. So, oh man. Nah, I forgot why I hated this area so much. This area, the Dondaran Flats, has one of the worst encounter rates, I think, in this entire game. If I'm not mistaken, it's completely awful. Or at least that's what I noticed the first time I was playing this. And this, okay, there's no way you can get down there. Let's see. We have made it, a little decent way. Now, these are a different kind of enemy. These are a special one, called the Apophi, or Apophis, I think. These dudes do some serious wind magic to you. Which I'm not sure if they're going to actually be able to hit me or not. And if they do, then I just want to be able to use some spirit armor. Because I don't remember off the top of my head how much damage they're going to hit me for. So, let's see if we can't take these out real quick. I think they have about 120 HP or so. So it's nothing like too bad. As long as you keep your spirit armor up, or you have some pretty decent defense, you should be alright, because they won't really hit you for much, I think. But this guy actually might hurt me a little bit, so let's see if I can't get a power staff going. If I hit him twice, I should be able to take him out, I hope. And before he kills me, I'm going to use a fresh bread. Oh man, these guys are a lot tougher than I remember. Come on, come on. Die already. Oh my god. They're also really good for training your attack and defense, or your HP and defense on, because they hit you for so much damage, and they hit you multiple times per attack. And I'm going to need to heal up a little bit, and I wish that I had more water magic points. Now, the level of healing that you do is comparative to the amount of spirits you have inside of your water magic at the time. So if you had like 20 or so water spirits, you'd be doing like about 10 or so, like 10 or 15 heal per cast. And am I still going the right way? I hope I'm going the right way. Okay. Now, if I'm remembering right, it should be... Okay, there's another spirit up there, which we won't be able to get until we go around. Enemies lagging out my screen. Get out of here, Brian, go. Alright. Now let us... Oh my god. I'm so fucking tired of these enemies doing their attacks. Hit me for 5 damage apiece. Alright, I believe that after this bridge we should be seeing... okay, there it is. The inn is right across the bridge and down a little bit. And if I can... God damn, please just hurry up. Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. Alright. Let's see. If I'm remembering correctly... Okay. One of the spirits that we saw on the ridge right there, you can get it if you come back for it. And I'm gonna get it right now. It's gonna go right into my... It's gonna go right into my water magic. As you can see, it's starting to go up a little bit. I guess 5 is a lot better than 4, so... Let's hurry up and get to the inn, hopefully, if I can avoid, the death huggers and everything else. The interesting thing is, I think once you get over this bridge, the death huggers stop attacking you. The only thing that attacks you over here is, like, Frog Kings, that guy right there. Frog King, guarded by 2 Frog Knights. I believe he has about 105 HP or something, and he does a large cutter for, like, I want to say it does at least, like, 10 or 12 damage to you. Or at least how I am right now, it should do about that. That is if he can hit it. So I'm going to take him out first before I take the Frog Knights out, because they're still the same ones from the Connor Forest, and right now they do pretty garbage damage to me. So I'm pretty safe from them, but the Frog King I can have a little bit of trouble with. Even though he only has the 1 attack, which is the large cutter with the sword. So I'm going to mop up these guys really quick. Just barely doing enough damage to kill them, actually. And with that, you are vanquished. Nope. You are vanquished. And hopefully I think I can get to the inn, hopefully. I believe the last new enemy that you have yet to see is Goblin. They do like little fire magic and homing arrows, which I'll explain more about in the... actually I'll explain more about it when we go back to outside in the daytime. But here we are, getting attacked one last time before we are in the safe zone. And what I'm going to do is evasion. So hopefully they won't be able to hit me, I'm hoping. The Frog King probably will, because his large cutter's kind of a pain in the ass to get around. But thankfully doesn't have very much range on it at all, which is fortunate and unfortunate at the same time. So if we go on that ship, we will be leaving to the Log Kildery, but we still have business here to take care of. And I thought there was a spirit around here. So let's take a night's rest at the inn here, and lo and behold, our friend Shannon here has mysteriously gotten here before us again. The water capital Lorpool is located on the other side of the lake. There is no fairest city in the Isles. It's even as pretty as the Castletown Limeland. So basically she's just saying that we're at a pretty place and dropping mad hints that she wants to get taken out on a hot date. But unfortunately, Brian is not, he doesn't have time for a hot date, even though it is with Shannon. And this fellow here, Arkart. I've been lying low here because of the danger in the woods. Now it's safe to go to Donner and into the monastery. So I'm assuming he's making a, like a pilgrimage of sorts to, Mao Road. And I don't think there's anybody else in here, but you never know. Nope. And last but not least, let's see. We have empty room. Okay, so back downstairs. We'll take a quick nap, and I'm gonna scoot back to
Welcome to the hotel by the lake. Will you be staying here?
And I'm gonna scoot back over to Glencoe Forest, I believe. So I will see you in a minute where the area is that you're gonna need to go to actually get to Glencoe.